right, I believe we are live. So yeah, anything you say now will be will be what's the word? Would
It's
be
out there
on.
forever.
Yeah, it's out there in perpetuity, bro. So
Yeah, perpetuity. That's the first, like, I think the first one of these that I've done. I've done a couple of these interview things
yeah,
or things recently, but not one that's live. So, but
yeah,
you know, I'm careful with my. Hopefully, I don't say anything crazy, but
cool,
we'll
man.
see.
It's time to go viral. All right. So yeah, man. For those who may not know who you are, please briefly introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my name's Liam Morgan. Sorry.
All
um,
good. All good.
I heard something in my house. Yeah, my name's Liam Morgan. I am a downhill skateboarder of all kinds. I enjoy all kinds of skateboarding, but specifically focused in downhill skateboarding. I've been doing it a long time, since 2007, 2008. I did it for a number of years professionally,
Yeah.
where I was able to, was fortunate enough to travel, skate all over the world, work with some really cool companies, film some
Hmm.
cool videos, make some cool products. And then in 2019, I kind of saw the writing on the wall that my career as a professional skateboarder was probably coming to a close. I think 2015, I started a brand, and then in 2019, I bought two other brands, acquired two other brands. So now I own and run three skateboard companies, which are Caliber Truck Co., Blood Orange, which makes wheels, and then Prism Skate Co., which makes boards. So yeah, been doing that. Small business ownership through the highs and lows of COVID,
Mm.
for the past few years. So that's where we're at. That's my intro.
Nice, man. As you said, you run like a couple companies, but is that like what you're doing full time now, or is there like something else that you're doing to sort of support yourself and keep things going?
Yeah, it's a good question. Downhill skateboarding has been my full time source of income, and what I've done for a full time living since I was 18 years old, and I just turned 30 a couple days ago. Currently, yeah, my primary source of income, but unfortunately, as the industry market shifts, and not shifts, but gets smaller, and
Yeah,
things get harder, I it will be hard to continue doing this full time for much longer. So, the future is uncertain. I would
yeah,
love to see a turnaround in downhill, and be able to just keep going. Kind of, I have lots of energy and love and ideas left for downhill skateboarding. I have lots left to give, but
yeah.
at some point you got to put food on your table. So it's a possibility that I may not be able to do this much longer.
Yeah, that is a disconcerting reality I'm also
Yeah,
having to contend with.
yeah, for sure.
uh,
But it's been a slow burn,
yeah,
really, or I've had time to kind of prepare for that and swallow it. It's post COVID, really, when the world went back to normal. Um, I mean, sales of downhill skateboarding product, but really all action sports products. I have friends in snowboarding, mountain biking, surfing.
yeah.
Um, all those industries have taken massive hits. I mean, it was Billabong, Quicksilver, and Volcom, or Billabong and Volcom, announced that they were closing all of their retail locations, just the other week. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been brutal in action sports in general. since then.
Yeah. So you live in, so it's a very personal question. You live in California. Obviously, life is pretty pricey out there. So
Yeah.
are you able to actually support yourself fully with and support your lifestyle fully, like just through skating and skate stuff, or is there like a bump that's like you're getting elsewhere? Uh,
Um, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, life is pricey here for sure.
yeah.
I would say that I'm pretty, blessed to
Mm-hmm.
have worked out, good situations where, I'm not paying an arm and a leg uh, for rent. I've also got the businesses set up in a way that there's pretty low overhead.
Yeah.
So yeah, but to answer your question, I mean specifically, I guess it kind of varies month to month. Like I'm sure you see it right
Yeah.
on Instagram. There's some months where I'll get a brand deal and make a tiny little bit of cash doing something else, promoting some other product outside
Yeah.
of downhill skateboarding. So I guess technically, my 100% of my income does not come from downhill. There's also some other kind of random advising and consultancy stuff that I do on the side. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sort of marketing related, um, that will bring in money infrequently. But yeah, I mean, I'd say it's a hard question to answer. But for the most part, downhill's
Yeah.
still covering me, although it's hard.
Yeah. The reason I'm asking that is just to have like a realistic picture. Like let's say there's a Grom out there or just some guy out there seeing how he can like, or at least for myself, how like a potential pathway into like making downhill full time.
Yeah, for
Um
sure.
and just sort of like seeing how different people around the world are doing it. But
Yeah, for sure. That would be that's to me is an easier question to answer. I
yeah,
guess it's like less personal, and like I feel like I have a good response to that, which is that like
yeah,
it's really hard. Like, and
yeah,
you're gonna have to get creative with how money comes in. Like,
yeah,
I think a perfect example is Cole
yeah.
Trotta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's used his love, passion, and expertise in downhill to grow this massive online social media
Presence.
following, which then
Yeah,
he can monetize for other industries. So
yeah,
um, now that being said, Cole's one of the most successful and highly followed downhill skateboarders in the world, and
yeah,
Cole's not riding around in Lamborghinis. I hope he will be one day, but
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
not everything's not easy for him either. And he's at the top, right? So even if
yeah,
if you look at the people at the top, you look at Cole, like you have to be the top, and it's hard to do that. And even when you're there, it's not perfect.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think on the flip side, that's kind of in the like pro skating realm,
Mm-hmm.
but in the sort of business realm, um, I mean, I think there's only a handful of business owners that make downhill skateboarding equipment that do that as their full-time job, right? Like I can only think of a few.
Yeah.
A lot of brands that you see, uh, a lot of board builders that you see, precision truck companies. Those
Mm-hmm.
people have other sources of income, and no hate, no hate to them for
Yeah.
for needing that. But my point is just
That's the reality.
that's a reality, and downhill it's tough to be fully supported. I mean, I guess another good example is myself, not to be cocky, but the
Mm-hmm.
the brands that I own and run are well recognized and long standing brands in downhill skateboarding, and there's one employee across, and it's me across three
It's just
companies, right?
you.
Like
Yeah.
it's just me. Like I can't afford. I don't pay other employees. Like I'd love to, but
Not at the
we don't.
moment.
Yeah, we don't have the
Yeah.
money for that. So I don't know. I don't want to be negative. Like fuck, follow your dreams. Shit can change too, right? Like in
Yeah.
the 15 years that I've been doing this, I've seen crazy ups and downs in downhill skateboarding. There was times where there were 10 or 15 pro downhill skaters, and there was times that there were zero, you know, and
Yeah.
and kind of everything in between and changing. So it could change. But
So speaking of which, do you think things are going to be better this year, or like what are your spidey senses saying?
I don't know, man. I don't. No, I don't think so. I think it'll be about the same. I mean,
Yeah.
in my, you know, I am by no means highly educated, and I'm not well educated.
Yeah.
But from my experience, kind of outside world events have caused the largest fluctuations in participation with downhill skateboarding, right? Like
That's
COVID,
true.
when
Yeah.
COVID started, fucking so many people were getting into skateboarding. The
Yeah.
other big surge that the downhill skateboarding saw was post financial crisis in the US in 2008, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
2009 to 2013, 14, those years were really hot for downhill. And it was, you know, immediately following kind of a big world crisis. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into politics, but with, you know, the recent changes in U.S. administration
Inflation.
and
Yeah.
foreign policy, uh, it's possible that some crazy shit happens that in turn causes downhill to, for whatever reason, be
Blow up
popular
again.
again. But
Yeah.
I'm not counting on it.
Yeah, no, because I don't know if it's in the algorithm change, but I think I made a little bit more money in December than I did in December 2023.
That's a good
So
sign.
yeah, it's a good sign. So I'm just grasping at straws, but like it would be dope. It would be dope if things got better as well with the WDSC. I don't know. We'll see. Uh,
Yeah, I think yeah, there's hope. There's you know, I don't want to be pessimistic and saying like, oh,
yeah,
it's not going to change, but um, you're right. There's lots of kind of new hopeful things
yeah,
happening for downhill. I mean, WDC is a good example,
yeah,
and I hope that shit absolutely blows up, and I hope, you know, the guys running the WDC can get the riders paid, big cash
yeah,
purses. Like that's badass. That's only going to help, even though my brands aren't directly involved in racing.
yeah.
That's you know, a rising tide raises all ships, or whatever the term is.
But what, in your opinion, do you think needs to change in order for things to get better? Like, what is there like a shift on like the community side, on the industry side?
Man, yeah, I don't,
What do you
and
think?
maybe this is lazy,
Yeah,
but it gives credit to people, and so
yeah,
I think kind of what I just said, that the only way
yeah.
we're going to see a, you know, noticeable shift is if kind of larger outside world events happen that cause
Mm,
downhill to grow, like COVID, like the financial crisis in
yeah,
2008. Like people, I think more now than ever, I see people trying hard for their communities, you know,
yeah.
events, you know, people like you know, there's, you know, what you do is unique, but there's other very passionate
Individuals.
reviewers
Yeah,
who are generating really thoughtful, cool content to kind of get people into skating. I
yeah,
think it's the size of downhill is no fault of the people that are in it. The people that are in it now love it,
yeah,
want it to get bigger, and I, you know, I sort of feel bad for all of us just sort of banging our heads against the wall.
yeah.
But
Trying
I
to
think
figure
it'll
it
take
out.
something that none of us are in control of. But yeah, maybe that's me just wanting an easy cop out. I don't know.
I think I see. I kind of see where you're coming from because like there's only so much individuals can do, and you can't force anyone to like get on a board and skate.
Right,
Um,
right.
but also I think there's still like a gap to be bridged by communities and like organizers. But then like who's gonna do the work as well? Like we need like in my opinion, I think we need like more free rides or more like beginner events, but then like who's
Yeah.
gonna take the time out and do that? Like it's pretty difficult, pretty time intensive, a lot of risk. It's not easy. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
And
what I'm
it's
thinking.
hard to argue, right? Like, oh, I'm going to put in
Yeah,
all this work throwing this big free ride when
yeah,
you kind of know that the attendance numbers are going to be low. It's sort of like a chicken and the egg thing. Like, we need more of these
but
events, and those
yeah,
things grow community, but
yeah,
also no one really wants to do them if no one's coming, you know.
yeah,
But I agree with you, and
yeah,
fuck, I mean, I could get into all of my which I want all of my opinions about. I do think that racing, the WDSC, what those guys are doing, that's important, and
yeah,
that should continue to happen. And like I said, I hope that fucking explodes. But
yeah,
to get mass numbers of people on skateboards, you
yeah,
need a different medium that can attract kind of an intermediate or beginner rider. Like,
yeah,
fuck, no one's copping a leather suit, aero helmet, flights to Turkey, Europe, the US,
yeah,
Wales. Like, there needs to be something kind of in between. I think
yeah,
something that's a little less competitive, a little more fun, a little more free spirited.
yeah. I agree.
So
Like,
that's why I'm a big, I've been a big, I absolutely love, events like Giants Head. I don't think you were going to
I've
go,
never
right?
been. No, I was gonna go to Tepes and
Oh,
Tacos.
Tepe. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it
Yeah,
fell
but
through.
Giants Head, I mean, similar sort of
Yeah,
thing, right? Is just like the most epic free ride event where, I mean, you
yeah,
could really, the hill is chill enough that you could be very beginner at downhill and have an
yeah.
amazing time, or be an experienced skater and
Still
fucking
have a great
rip it
time.
with your friends.
Yeah, I just want to echo. I just want to echo your thoughts there, because, like, yeah, 1,000%. Like the media we're seeing, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I don't think, I think only. Here's my theory. Like in downhill, there's so many like weird characters and strange characters. Like only really like cooked people get into downhill. Like people seeing like they see you like going 70 or whatever, doing massive stand up slides, and it's, I think for the average person, they're like, yo, that's scary. But then, like, if they see like someone cruising, maybe doing a couple slides here and there at a slow speed, like um, that's more, they can see themselves do that. And that was the case
Yeah,
for me as well, like getting into it. Like, I used to, um, I think I saw like uh, one of James Kelly's ABBA videos, and it
yeah,
just blew my mind. And I was showing it to all my friends, but I never imagined that I would get into downhill. It's only now, just after like the what do you call them? Original skateboard videos, just of those guys like cruising around and stuff like that. That
right,
really like sucked me into it and made me get a cruiser board. And then I
right.
just sort of developed a passion for downhill after a while. But I really do agree with what you're saying about all that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think, yeah, like I said, that yeah, the racing, that stuff is necessary, and it's cool to have
It's like, yeah,
that high of performance. But
yeah,
yeah, there just needs to be something small. And I think, not, again, I've tried not to be super negative or pessimistic through
yeah,
this call, but I think another thing that's common for maybe not everyone, but some people in the race community, is they're like
yeah,
waiting for this big break of large corporate sponsors. Like, oh man,
yeah.
if only like Red Bull noticed us, or Vans, or Nike skateboarding. It's like, those brands have seen what we
What we
do. Like,
do. Yeah.
it's not like they're unaware of it. They are very aware, and they are choosing not to be a part of it for whatever reasons. I have some ideas, but
Hmm.
I don't think that corporations coming in,
Yeah.
one, is going to happen, and two is going to be what saves our sport. I think a lot of things have to happen before corporations like Red Bull,
Yeah.
Nike get are at all interested. That being said, or
Hmm.
I guess kind of adding to that, there's times throughout downhill history that those brands have been involved, and
Yeah.
it didn't really
Make a
go anywhere.
difference.
We're
Yeah.
still here. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't save the day,
Yeah. It
or
didn't.
change the course of downhill history. So
So
yeah,
why don't you think those, you said you have some theories as to why you don't think those brands want to get involved? Like
yeah. I mean,
what?
not even anything like conspiratorial or super
Yeah.
negative, but like, I mean, we've seen it with the WDSC, right? Like covering racetracks is
Yeah, it's
hard.
pretty hard. Yeah, it
Like,
is hard. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, when you have millions and millions of dollars to do something like F1,
yeah,
it's possible. But like, kind of on a shoestring budget for action sports, it's quite difficult. It's different than filming, a wave, like a wave breaking surf contest. Pretty easy. Film it from
yeah,
the beach, or a street league skate contest. Logistics with getting riders to the top of the hill, making sure that the hay is sufficient, live streaming all the corners, making it look
true.
exciting and fast. That's just difficult.
It's true.
Yeah, that's that's one reason. I think another is that those brands are heavily invested in traditional skateboarding, and
Yeah,
traditional skateboarding has looked down on us for
forever. Yeah,
forever, right? Like,
yeah,
and I think the people that work in the marketing or skateboarding departments at those brands they're smart people. They know the ins and outs of core skateboarding, and they know that it would be brand social
suicide.
suicide
Yeah,
to associate with kooky longboarders.
longboarders. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that is the unfortunate reality.
yeah.
Um,
That's why
yeah.
and I don't want to. I don't feel like I have to keep like sort of
No, no, just
prefacing and defending myself. Like I think people think I hate racers. I really don't. But
yeah,
that is part of why I like to skate the way that I want. That
yeah,
I skate, because it's like it's not like it's not like I'm looking for acceptance by those people, but I think
yeah,
there needs to be a healthy balance between like putting on the latex speed suit and aero helmet and
yeah.
yeah, it's just you need to show people that like, hey, this isn't it doesn't have to
Well,
be like that. Our sport
serious.
has more dimension and depth to it than
Yeah,
just racing.
yeah. No, I kind of see what you mean. Yeah, I kind of see what you mean. Like yin and yang type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, like I don't want I like I said, I want racing to stay around. I want it to succeed, but also
Yeah,
I want to see people, continue to make videos like the one that's up on your screen, like
yeah,
that's just what I grew up doing. That's the skateboarding that I looked at and was like, that's fucking badass. I want to do that.
yeah,
So I'm biased. It's what got me into skateboarding, watching videos like Second Nature that
yeah.
were artistic, fucking raw, emotional. Um, that's cool to me.
Speaking of which, you're traveling to Puerto Rico soon.
Yeah, on Tuesday in whatever 4 or 5 days.
Nice. What sort of equipment are you taking there? What is your setup?
Well, I just posted it up today, so maybe you
I
saw. But
see.
I
Yeah.
just saw. I just set up a new board for the first time. Let's see. Oh, there.
There you go.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly how long I've been riding that board on the right, but it's
Yeah.
been over 5 years, 5, 6 years.
Nice.
Of that. That's like my daily driver downhill board. Like I'll hop on other boards from time to time, kind of depending on different roads or
Yeah.
what I'm skating with. But yeah, I've ridden that same board for like 5, 6 years. So I was like, you know what, Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
that board's fucking haggard. It's time to set up a freshie. So it's really just a copy of the board on the right. The only difference is the one on the right has before the Caliber 3 was ever made as a cast truck, we were
Yeah.
making CNC precision versions of it just to check
Yeah.
geometry and stuff like that. So those
Yeah.
are precision Caliber 3 10-inch
Yeah.
44-degree raked
That's
trucks. They're
actually
one-offs.
that's actually so fucking sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
um, I just put them on my board when we were testing the Cal 3s and like kind of
Never
never
took
took them
them.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No.
was like, yeah, they feel solid. But yeah, so on the left, I just have like the standard cast 10-inch 44s, um, and then drift
Are you
series.
gonna are you gonna be riding the standard cast or you're gonna stick to your precisions?
No, I'm gonna ride the cast. Yeah,
Yeah. They're just as
yeah. I
good?
thought about moving the precisions over, but I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I just want like a fully new board, and I want to like
Yeah.
not that I don't think anyone knew that I was riding Precisions, but I want people to know that like I ride the fucking cast
Yes.
trucks. Like they're fine. Like
Yeah.
they're not they're not fine. They're
They're
great. Like,
great. Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, like you can skate at a super high level
Yeah.
on
With
cast
those,
trucks.
yeah, you can.
Yeah.
It's cool riding the cast trucks because that just
Yeah,
blows my
bro,
mind.
I swear that motherfucker, he's the best
He just
you
does
know,
what he wants, bro.
team rider because
Yeah,
like I don't think that dude's asked me for more than like 2 sets of
trucks.
trucks in the
Yeah,
like 6 years that he's ridden for me.
that's insane. Yeah, that's kind
I
of
gave him
crazy.
a set of the Precisions, which he
Yeah,
set up on a race board, and he's maybe ridden like 5 times.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
At WDSC, whenever he wants
Yeah,
to, yeah,
yeah, exactly. But yeah, Cole's on the same set of 9-inch cals probably since they came out.
that's actually crazy. Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually absolutely love my calibers, but like I had to kind of sell them slash give them away to like a homie here.
yeah,
Um,
I'm glad as long as like they're
they're
getting
getting
used.
used. Yeah,
I don't give a shit. But
yeah,
bro, you've you know uh I mean you're such a what am I trying to say? The fucking video that you did of them originally, the 9 I think like you did like a review video on them, right?
yeah.
Yeah, when you search Caliber 3 or Caliber trucks, like it's like right
It's
up there
up
at the
there.
top.
Yeah. Do
Yeah, and it has
yeah.
let's pull that up. That's done some fucking numbers. So
Let me
I
see.
mean, I would of course I would love for you to be currently riding calibers, but you've done more than enough.
Let's see. Caliber 3. Hey, there we
Yeah.
go.
I don't even think you have to type in review, just type in Caliber 3 trucks. I bet you're up there. Look,
Hey, that's crazy.
you're above the brand video, bro.
Yeah, SEO, bro. Shout
Oh
out.
shit.
Shout
Shit.
out search engine optimization. But that's
Um
yeah, that's kind of that's dope, man. Yeah, like I genuinely thought it was so good. And
yeah,
yeah, shit, this 3 years ago now. But you guys actually really put in the work, man. I have to say, like,
yeah, they fuck bro. We spent
yeah.
years making those trucks.
How long was like the development period?
Mm, fuck, probably I mean more than 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
to make those.
and was there like any crazy added cost? Because like you guys did like the shim and everything. Like
Yeah,
how?
no. I mean, other than creating new molds, right? Like
Yeah.
buying molds for cast trucks is very expensive, and that's why
Yeah.
when people bug us and hit us up, like hit me up and are like, oh, we need fucking 125 mil 25-degree cast trucks. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know, like I want to make those trucks, but it's hard to argue spending so much
Yeah.
money to buy molds, and then like we were just talking about how many people are skating down hills these days, like
Yeah.
100. No, more than that, but like
Very few. Yeah.
very few. We'd have to sell a lot of those trucks to make our money back on the molds. And when money is tight, it's just I can't argue doing
Yeah.
it. I also think that like yeah, it would be great being able to offer people like a
What?
narrow and low degree truck in a cast format, but I also feel like
Mhm.
anyone anyone that's interested in riding those trucks has precisions. Like,
I would argue against that.
you
But
think so?
before you get to it, I just want to shout out everyone in the chat right now. Maybe Liam, you can't see it.
Oh, I can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just send you the link. Maybe you could have the chat in the
Oh yeah, I can pull
background.
it up on my phone.
Let me see. Yeah. So shout out everyone in the chat. Shout out David Gonzalez. Shout out KH. Nick Cash. Bay Area Longboarder. Shout out Owen Campbell. But
Yeah, Owen Campbell and Bay Area Longboarder. I know those names.
yeah. Great homies, great fans of the channel. We love you all. So yeah, so before I tell you why I think a lot of people would love a low angle plate. Mike has a question. Where did the shim idea come from?
Oh, I
Yeah,
mean, we just knew that people
yeah,
longboarders love their bushings, man. Like they fucking like their bushings. I don't like my bushings, but like
yeah.
uh I think yeah, I mean at the time tall barrels were like pretty sought after, and a truck having that was in
Was
demand.
hot. Yeah,
And we knew that we were going to use venoms,
yeah,
and so we were like, that's cool that we're going to have this like aftermarket high quality bushing in the trucks, but it would be even cooler. Venom I feel like is also known for their tall barrels.
yeah,
um yeah, I will say I will not attempt to take credit on the like that
yeah.
tombstone locking mechanism that the shim has, where it's like, like kind of like
Locked
this
in.
at the bottom,
Yeah,
so it sort of locks in. I didn't come up with that. We have a wonderful designer who has been with, not been with, I mean, he's not a full-time employee, but like the,
yeah,
the guy that really sat there and fucking designed those trucks and listened to feedback from us,
yeah.
was the guy that was involved with Caliber early on. So, um, he's
The
very familiar with
genius.
the trucks and how they need to be.
Yeah,
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 he's a
dude.
G.
Um, so before I ask you more questions about caliber and related things, yeah, Here's my
Oh yeah.
argument for why a low angle base plate would make sense. So, yeah, I know it's an expensive upfront cost for you guys. Probably no, will probably never be worth it as like from a business standpoint. But from like just a rider standpoint, a lot of people like couple reasons. Bear recently like put out the 30-degree base plate and that sold out like pretty much instantly. Hella people around the world wanted it and got it. And that was from like LDP riders, people doing free ride, people doing downhill. So that's like one side. The other side is imagine giving a beginner, any beginner, cruising or downhill, just a setup that they can be comfortable on, that's going to be stable at speed. Um, and that could also be like what do you call it, like a really small setup, like kind of like what we have on our race boards. Um and you could cruise with it. It'll be really stable, really nice. It could also translate as well to making those race boards more marketable to like everybody else, because having to buy precision trucks for those is such a barrier to entry. And I see
Mm-hmm.
so many people buying them all the time. And I'm kind of like, okay, but you need precision trucks for this. So having that would make a lot of sense. So I don't think you'll ever be able to make your money back as a company, but a lot of people would make so much use out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm thinking.
I hear you on that. And I
Yeah,
I did see the bear. I saw the bear thing,
yeah,
and that to me was like, wow, that's cool. It's always cool to like have someone
yeah,
sort of like to do it first to make
yeah. Do it
sure,
first. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, uh, take that risk. But land yachts.
Huge,
I love.
huge
I'm
company.
gonna
Yeah,
preface by saying I fucking love land yachts,
yeah,
but they are gigantic and can afford. They
yeah.
could make they could make four of those
They can
different
take
base plates.
they
And
can take risks. Yeah,
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 exactly.
yeah,
But man, the first $20,000 just
yeah.
in cash that I have sitting around Abuga, I'll
Hmm.
do it just for the love, because I do agree with you. Like, and a
Yeah,
lot of the shit that I see is like fucking ghetto, and I don't like
yeah,
that. And I'm opinionated about gear and companies, and there's
yeah,
companies who's that people use to kind of ghetto rig,
yeah.
cast, precision, low angle solutions.
Hmm.
And I get that part of that is my fault because I don't offer a low angle cast base plate, but I just see
Yeah,
people using these like dog shit solutions, and that would be, I guess,
Yeah.
because I'm a hater, would be a reason for me to do it. Is like give people a better option. Like
For the hate, for the hate.
there's
But
just so
like,
many bad, like I see people doing so many bad things.
I actually also think like um if you also priced it a little bit more pricey, like let's say if you even literally double the price, like
Yeah,
just of the base plate alone, I think
yeah,
people will still go in on it.
yeah. I actually was thinking about that
Yeah,
today, because just like how I was saying that, it's nice to have someone go ahead and take the risk for you and kind of proof the concept. Like
yeah,
I feel like we've sort of done that with the caliber precisions that we released recently. Like I saw through doing those trucks, like
yeah,
there's real interest. And like I think while those trucks did suffer some
yeah,
unfortunate initial QC issues,
yeah,
the geometry and the truck was good. People liked it. Like it's a good truck. And
yeah.
so that made me think like, hey, we could do these and we could sell them for, I don't know, about twice as much. I would feel kind of bad doing that. But I do feel like, I mean, even if fucking, like I was just talking about with Cole, the
Hmm.
motherfucker's ridden the same Cal 3 9 inches for years. Like they're spending $100 to
Yeah,
me for a truck that's going to last you years doesn't seem
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem crazy. And like the thing is, once you have like 50 degrees, 30 degrees, or 44, 30, whatever, you kind of don't need anything else, man. Like
I
you're
know.
locked in,
I
you're
do
ready.
feel like
Yeah,
if we could come out with two narrower hanger widths and two
yeah,
more base plate options, like
done.
I don't think I would have to design trucks for another,
5 years.
hopefully. Yeah.
Like I think you'd fuck up the game, but
Yeah.
it's just a theory.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's say you had to pick one mold.
yeah.
That could be a hanger or a base plate. What would you pick and what width or angle?
So we're talking about casts only.
Yeah, cast caliber, like for
Yeah.
caliber.
All right. So I'd probably. Is it difficult for you guys to make like adjustable, or
No,
is it
that
impossible?
could be done like just like with space, like space it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's chill.
Then probably 145 to 155.
Okay. Oh,
50.
that's wider. That's wider than I thought.
Yeah. 50, 30. 50, 30. And then
50
like,
30.
yeah. Or,
Okay, it's not what I was expecting, like 125 and
yeah.
25.
The reason I don't want to go too narrow is I think I haven't tried the caliber precisions, but I feel like if unless you've designed it from the ground up, when you get like below 140 millimeters, uh, you either need tall bushings or you need like the truck designed specifically with like crazy amount of rake in order for it
Mm.
to feel as good as some of the top trucks. So I prefer to
Mm.
stay a little bit wider so it's a bit more forgiving with the options. And I
Yeah,
think
that's
145 to 155 millimeters isn't too narrow for most people to make the most out of it. I can run like the drift series, and I can also run like coal, the new coal wheels pretty comfortably on it. And then maybe some other race wheels as well, if I want
yeah.
to like try racing. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah,
What
okay.
do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. You said 30?
Yeah, 50-30, but also 50-25 might be the sweet spot. And then, but like 50-30 is what I absolutely love for freeride. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You got,
And then what? Like, but people would get mad if we sold them as sets like that. I think you would, if we did come out
mm-hmm.
with low or narrow cast trucks, they
Yeah.
would need to be sold at least as individual trucks, if not individual components, right? Don't you think?
I think people
I
would
feel
love the individual options because, like, let's say I already have 9-inch calibers. I just want the
yeah,
30-degree plate. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
right.
But I
But
think,
that's also part of
yeah,
making the money back is like
yeah,
you got to buy it. I got to sell you a whole truck.
yeah. But like,
No, but I mean, I'm
yeah.
not saying that's how it has to be. I'm
Hey,
just
Mr. Businessman. Okay. But like, I kind of see where you're coming from with that. But I also don't mind just buying like 50/30 or 44/30. You know, at the end of the day, you can't have
Yeah.
everything. It has
I
to
feel
be,
like the
yeah,
single truck is the sweet spot. If I
yeah,
made people buy a set,
hmm,
I would not hear the fucking end of it, and people would
yeah,
be pissed off. If and then I know what people really want is
yeah,
just individual components, but that's kind of a pain in the ass.
yeah.
So I feel like the sweet spot in the middle, the compromise
Individual,
between
yeah.
business and consumer is singular trucks.
Hey, whatever works, whatever
Whatever
works.
gets you your
Yeah,
low plate. Okay.
my 144, 150 calibers. There's a lot of
What about
interest. There's a
what about the what'd you
yeah.
say?
There's a lot of interest in the chat, bro. People are going. They're excited. Yeah.
Fucking keep it.
What do you say?
What are people saying?
Like Bayer along borders giving a lot of input. Send it Sammy is like, yo, the game would be over if they made cast low angle narrow calibers. It would actually be over.
Okay,
But yeah, there's a lot of excitement.
that's good to know. Well, hey, look, if it happens, a
Yeah,
bargaining chip that I'm going to use is that you have to do another review like you
I'm
did for
down.
the threes. We need that Abuga top
That's
spot.
that SEO.
Yeah. Um. No, I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
I what? Give me the rundown. Give me your take on the. There was Paris's recently, right?
Dude, I think it's cool that they made like it annoys me, really pisses me off actually. Cause
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, so you guys don't know Paris came out with like some narrow savants. Um yeah, so I skated the 165 millimeter savant, and then I also bought some chopped ones at 140 millimeters. I hated the 140 millimeter versions. Like I did everything I could to ride them. I just couldn't make them feel good. I still think I could probably dial them in today. As a product, I think they're missing like a proper slop stopping mechanism. Like they have like the little like shim or whatever, but that's just not strong and durable enough for it to last like a really long time. I think a solution like what Caliber has, like the little insert, works way better. So I think just going narrow as well is sort of a bad decision. I think they need to like redesign it from the ground up. But I still think like a forged truck is really dope. And I think as well they've gone super narrow, but it kind of doesn't make any sense at this moment in time because like they don't have a low angle base plate for it as well. Like kind of like who is this truck for?
Yeah.
Those are,
So
yeah,
so is it the two on the right hand side that are the new
yeah,
ones,
yeah. The two on the right hand side are the new ones.
but only in 50?
Yeah, only in 50.
Yeah, that's
So
odd.
yeah, so it kind of feels like they've done half the job or half the work.
Well, yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's just what I was gonna say, which I
yeah,
don't, because I know I don't blame them for in a way. They
yeah,
thought to themselves, hey, we're only gonna spend money on one mold. What do
yeah,
people care more about? Base plate
yeah,
angles or hanger widths? And they thought,
yeah,
all right, hanger widths, or I guess two molds, sorry, two
yeah.
hangers. But
So
if I
they,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Wait, so and then explain I mean the slop stopper that you're talking about, it's like
yeah,
a donut that sits in the hanger. It's not part of the bushings.
yeah. Let me see if it can come up. Um, yeah, it has like it's this thing and it sits in
Uh,
the hanger, but like because the Savant hanger is like really small, actually, like you don't get that much support out of the slop stopper, out of the insert. So it doesn't work super great. In comparatively, like the calibers have a bigger hole and there's a little bit more thickness between um, the bushing. The bushing seat is a little bit thicker, so you're able to get
yeah,
more support and more slop
right.
stopping from it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
see what you're saying. Yeah.
yeah. So
That's funny,
yeah,
because it's interesting to hear you have that take, because I feel
yeah,
like a common, when the longboard family Facebook warriors get on cast trucks, they're like,
yeah,
they love Paris because of the bushing seat,
yeah.
and
Hmm.
I agree with I agree with you. I, but
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
mean, what's no hate to Longboard family. I love a lot of people in Longboard family, but often I don't know, man. People just talk shit. Uh,
yeah, yeah. And I understand that I'm after 15
yeah,
years, I'm fully aware that,
yeah,
I'm an easy to hate character,
yeah,
and Caliber is an easy to hate brand. So I feel like a
yeah,
lot of people just
yeah.
like being contrarians, but
That
um,
the other thing I realized is a lot of people don't actually go fast on and don't have like the experience on these products. So like when I say I like calibers, and then when I say I like something, it's because I've gone fast on it. It's like I have the data and the experience in my mind to back this up. Like a lot of people just cruise, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, yeah, this is like more stable. This is way better." Like Paris are great. Paris are great trucks, but like just the performance. I feel like with the Caliber 3, you guys just leaped over them to like the next level, and Paris are yet to catch up. And no shade to them. It's really difficult in this business environment to put like the investment down for something else. But they need a V4, and just
yeah.
yeah, in every aspect as well. Like
Well,
how yeah.
don't tell them that they don't need anything. They're good. They're all, but I mean, they're not no shade to them, because I do know one.
Yeah,
I know one of the owners, but they're not down. I mean, they're not downhill skaters. They're
yeah,
just, and that's another thing that blows my mind, is that people
yeah,
ride their shit so hard and love Paris. I'm also like, and I don't think that like
yeah,
that should be an excuse to, what am I trying to say? I don't think that being downhill skater owned and operated should be the only reason that people buy your product. I think you should also make good product. But
yeah,
when you make mid-grade product and
yeah,
there's a bunch of other, you know, competitors that are the
yeah,
same, if not better,
yeah,
like why wouldn't you choose to support downhill skater owned and operated? Obviously,
yeah,
I'm heavily biased, but
yeah,
I think most people have no idea that Paris has nothing to do with downhill skateboarding. Absolutely nothing.
yeah,
And like that's
yeah,
cool if you love their fucking trucks. Like you're like,
yeah,
I can't ride anything else. Like they just make the best equipment for me. Then yeah, fuck yeah, go ride them. But when people are
yeah,
like, fucking Paris, yeah, I'm like, Paris does not give one fuck about you.
yeah.
Like, and again,
Kind
like,
of, you can kind of see it also here. I
yeah,
mean,
I mean,
yeah,
and like that's all right. Fucking the dude that owns Paris is like got a bunch of other skateboard companies, like core
yeah,
skate companies that he's making money from. He's a businessman. He's trying to sell trucks. Like I get
yeah.
it. Like he's made a decent downhill truck, but yeah, I don't know. That's my take on him.
I see what you mean. But speaking of trucks, are there any more plans for the precisions this year?
Fuck yeah, I knew you were gonna ask that. No, no, that
Yeah.
project was a headache.
What happened? Are we not gonna is there anything you can share?
Um,
What can you say?
yeah, what can I say? I want to be. I try to be like diplomatic. I mean, something that I preach. So I'm not gonna go against what I preach, but I think there's a lot of a lot of shit talking downhill. There's a lot of rumors.
Yeah.
So I don't want to add to any of that. But I mean, long story short, yeah, we made these trucks with a partner,
Hmm.
and this partner was a lot of the reasons why we were able to bring them to market quickly and for the price that they were. Right, they're the cheapest precision trucks on the market,
Yeah.
um, and I was really psyched about that. The early prototypes that I got of them were fucking bulletproof. They were really
Hmm.
good. Had no issues. Uh, and so I was like, cool, yeah, we can like pretty easily make really
Affordable.
solid, affordable trucks and bring them to market fast when people want them. Like, let's do it. And then I mean, within the first run, it
Things,
was
yeah.
clear that scaling those to a production size of several hundred trucks retaining that quality that I saw in the prototypes just
Yeah.
wasn't possible. Luckily, the QC failures that we did experience were largely fixable, right? So I'm
Hmm.
sure you saw it because
Yeah.
people love to post stuff on Facebook. Like, the axles
Yeah.
unscrewed on some sets, which, like, if you've been around precision trucks long enough, like that happens. Like,
Yeah.
Loctite, the seal fucking breaks and an axle can unthread. If you've cranked your wheel on there
Too much.
and you
Yeah.
have to uncrank it can unthread. Like, it's not the
Yeah.
end of the world. Fucking take it out, clean it off, put some Loctite back on, thread it back in there. It's no problem. But that's obviously, I'm not trying to defend that. I don't.
Hmm.
No one should pay $300 for trucks and have that happen. So
Yeah.
I understand that it was not good, and
Hmm.
that was kind of the first red flag issue to me with these trucks. There were a handful of other QC issues that we had that again were fixable.
Hmm.
Some of the um, pivot cup, we used a different material for the pivot cups on these. It wasn't
Yeah.
urethane; it was a material called Delrin, and
Yeah.
some of the diameters were slightly off. So people were getting, pivot cups that were had a little bit more slop in them than they should have, a little bit
Yeah.
looser or too tight or whatever. So easy, pretty easy fix. Like, pop those out, put correct ones in, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Anyways, I said long story short, and it's ended up being a fucking saga. But
All good.
basically,
Yeah.
the headache that I experienced because of those trucks just wasn't worth the squeeze. Like, we
Yeah.
we sold a good number and people were psyched on them, but I spent fucking hours dealing with correcting those issues, and
Yeah.
I didn't feel like those issues had anything to do with me, right? Like, I
Yeah.
was assured that we were going to get these trucks that I saw multiple samples of being bulletproof, and
Yeah.
then what came out of the production line
Was not that.
was different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck, this isn't really my fault, you
Yeah.
know. Um, and instead of risking creating more unhappy customers, I pretty much just nixed the project. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want to make more because my confidence is not high that I can deliver a perfect, or that we can deliver a perfect product,
Yeah. I,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
So it was a bummer because I really had high hopes for them. Like, people were psyched on them. I put a lot of work into, like, making them look cool, doing, filming content, doing release shit for them, getting people
Yeah.
fired up about them. And we drove all this demand, sold out the initial run, still have people messaging me today like, we want more, we want more. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just not going to give them to you because I'm not confident that this partner that we're working with.
Is it possible that you could go elsewhere with that design?
Yeah, I have shopped it around a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
in the US, in the US we could, right? We could get those trucks made in the US, but the price points
Price.
just be
Yeah.
fucking
Crazy.
so high.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing that was, like, made me psyched about these trucks, is that, like, we can offer, they're like an entry level precision truck, right? If they
Yeah.
become $500, then
Possible. Yeah.
all of people's complaints about them not being a race quality truck
Yeah.
is extra true if they cost as much as a race quality truck.
Hmm.
So the other option would be getting them made overseas, and I've shopped that around a little bit with different manufacturers, and again, either the price is too high still, or I just don't feel
Can't
great
trust.
about the quality.
Yeah.
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 So that's it, man. If you got a set of those trucks, they are
That's it.
limited.
That's it. Crazy.
Yeah.
I cry
Yeah.
every time.
I know.
I was supposed to get a set, but I chose to take a mental health break.
I know. Which,
uh,
it's don't your mental health is more important than fucking
yeah,
precision.
no, bro, but like,
That being said,
yeah,
uh I might have some here we might be able to work out for you.
yeah.
At least I think I have base plates, which I don't
We'll
even know.
we'll see, man. Let me know what you got in your in
I was
storage or
bummed
whatever.
because,
Yeah,
I live with a friend who's my homie Roger, who's a
yeah,
big downhill skater.
yeah,
And so we had, like, a few sets set up on boards,
Yeah.
And I kind of just thought that like, you know, that this project was going to work and we were going to continue having access
Making
to
it.
these trucks. So we
Yeah.
had like, I had like 3 or 4 sets, and then like gave a couple away. We
As
got
you
a
do.
fucking board. We got a board stolen,
Yeah.
and now we only got. I think we got 1 set left. I'm like, fuck.
That's brutal. Yeah. That
Yeah,
is brutal, man.
yeah.
Ah, okay. At least you have those Cal 3 precisions though as well. So
At least
um
we got a set.
you gotta say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So any other plans for Caliber or
Nah, I mean that's
just keeping
that.
it
I mean
going? Yeah.
that's it. That the net. Like I mean,
2025 team trip.
me and all the boys are going. Me and a couple of my boys are going to Puerto Rico, so that'll be
Yeah.
fun. We'll like film some shit, I'm sure. Caliber plans. Like I mean, the next big thing will be low and narrows, but like I can't even promise. I don't, to be
Yeah.
honest with you, don't even think that would happen in 2025. Probably the most exciting thing I could see happening in 2025 is, which I know hardcore downhillers don't give a fuck about, but is getting colored 9-inch 44s in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing some, probably doing some of the colors like what you see up there. Some, you know, I'm really fucking with pink these days.
Yeah, it is a good color. Yeah.
Maybe a
Ah,
Coltrata pink, like Coltrata
do it,
truck.
bro. Do it. That's what
Yeah,
we need.
yeah, yeah. I saw you. You were digging the pink too. You have the pink helmet and shit.
Absolutely need it, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Um, but the really the only, which I probably should be focusing on doing the low and the narrow trucks, but the
yeah,
only like product stuff that I'm working on a lot right now is Prism's
yeah,
downhill line is in shambles. I don't
yeah,
know if you've noticed, but like a lot of the boards have gone out of stock and we haven't brought them back.
yeah,
And so currently the only two boards, sorry, there's 3 boards in stock. But at one point we had like a 6 or 7 board downhill board line,
yeah,
and that's kind of dwindled. And now I'm working to bring that back. So um,
yeah.
we'll go to full circle, or yeah, you can go there and then click shop.
Redirect. Speaking of it,
Fucked up
is
that. Go down all the way. Oh, there we go.
is
So
is
look, those are the only 3. We used to
yeah,
have like the Trotta, the Fox,
yeah,
Natalie Pluto, Reaver, Monolith. So we had 8, and now we only have 3. And so yeah, I'm working on bringing back more boards, new graphics,
yeah.
maybe some new shapes.
Um, is I have a question. Is Owen riding a chopped version of his pro model,
Yeah,
or is it just stock?
yeah. I think
Yeah,
he chopped the back off to make it a flat tail,
yeah. Okay.
which at first I was like, bro, now it just looks like every other fucking race
Well,
board, just
yeah,
flat ass. Like I liked how his had that swallowtail,
yeah.
but then he got on me with some like tech, you know, I need it to be flat in the back because when people are coming up drafting me or something, I was like,
Whatever.
whatever you need, brother.
Whatever.
That's why you're fucking on podiums and I'm sitting in my
Yeah,
room, you know.
yeah.
So
Is he
yeah.
running the same construction or do you get it like
No, yeah,
yeah,
he's just running a stock one.
right. Because
Yeah.
I have a couple complaints. So
Okay, yeah, hit me.
the Trotter Pro is all
Yeah.
flexy uh
Okay.
because of the Madrid construction, just like the one ply of Formica isn't enough.
Yeah.
Um and also the what do you call it? The Fox Pro as well. Are you looking to any construction changes
Yeah.
moving forward?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we are. Certainly with the uh, Fox.
yeah,
Uh, and the Trot is a little undetermined. I mean, how do I say this? Yeah, with the in short, with the Fox, we're looking to get it similar construction, if not beefier than the fucking Theory.
yeah.
You
Right.
know, right? Like, have you ridden any of the? Have you ridden the Theory or the Hindsight?
Never. I've only ridden
Oh,
the Trotter Pro and the Fox
I mean,
Pro.
as you could see from my earlier Instagram post, that
Yeah,
board is fucking bulletproof. Like, it
yeah.
is
It's
stiff as
solid.
fuck. like solid board. So I want to
Yeah.
get Owens under that construction.
Yeah.
And then Trotta, little undetermined if the Trotta stays Madrid
Yeah.
construction. We will definitely listen to the feedback and beef up the,
That's
you know, at
different.
least add more Formica in there to make it less
Yeah.
flexy.
Yeah.
But you like the Trotta. It's not that fucking
Dude,
bad.
I like it. No, I actually really like it. I actually really, really like it. It's just, I think, it's just a theory. I think, like, if it was, had a little bit less torsional flex, I don't know. Like, I can still ride it pretty well, but I'm like, maybe I'd ride it a little bit better. Because I was, like, riding a downhill board that was a little flexy, and my back and front foot had to do different things instead of just, like, blasting my weight.
Right, I see.
If that, you see, I had to do a little bit more work to keep it like,
Yeah, yeah, right.
so I
Okay.
don't know. That's just
All right.
the going theory. So yeah, that's cool, man. How did like the idea for Prism come together? Like 5, 6 years ago. Like how did were you guys just sick of being like sponsored riders and then
Yeah, fuck. Well, now it's more than that.
yeah.
I think Prism we like announced in 2015. Yeah,
Fucking hell,
see what
bro.
the first video timestamp is on the first video.
Holy shit.
Yeah, 8
Yeah,
years.
fucking old, bro. Yeah, eight
Yeah,
years
bro.
ago, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. The Prism founders, there's 4 dudes, me,
yeah,
James Kelly, the owner of Caliber at the time,
yeah,
and then a guy named Max Myers who was working at Arbor doing product design.
yeah,
So we had spent, the 4 of us had spent time at Arbor, working for Arbor, riding for Arbor.
yeah,
Um, and yeah, we just knew that we wanted to do our own thing. There was a lot of drama at Arbor at the time, and it was becoming, yeah, I just knew that, you know, I wasn't going to stay there anymore as a
yeah.
pro rider. And I also knew kind of at that time, like that's when that 2009 to like 2014,
13.
15,
Yeah,
13, whenever that was, things were like slowly heading downhill. So I knew like, okay, I'm not going to stay here and re-sign some rider contract. They're probably not even going to offer me a good
yeah.
one. So might as well
Do your own
go
thing.
off and
Yeah,
do my own thing. So yeah, and then I mean, it just kind of, I guess the partners, founders, just sort of dropped off over time, right? Like
yeah,
James, you know, pretty shortly after we started Prism, essentially got out of downhill.
yeah,
For the most part, I mean, he went and he made those. I think he made those like one-off boards
yeah,
by himself, but his his interest and focus in downhill pretty much, yeah, had come to an end.
yeah,
At least in like a professional sense. I'm sure the dude has, you know, lots of love for downhill still. But anyway, so he left,
yeah,
and then Max, the guy from Arbor, he was like getting married and having kids and needed to move out of California, and he left. And then it was just myself and the owner of Caliber, and the owner of Caliber was working on starting other businesses, and actually had other businesses up and running completely separate of downhill or skateboarding in general.
hmm,
And so I think, you know, he kind of came to me one day and was like, "Hey bro, you know, I got these other businesses, I want to focus on them. You know, I want to, you know, I've been doing the downhill thing for a while. Do
take over.
you want to take over everything, like, you know, take over Prism fully and then buy Caliber and Blood Orange and run them as well." And to be honest, man, I mean, at the time, I know it sounds like such a first world problem, if you will, but like I was just like, didn't really have anything better to do. You know, it just seemed so natural. It was just
Yeah,
like,
natural
well,
progression. Yeah,
I don't have any other ideas of like what I'm doing with my life? You know, I was just like fucking skating and like,
Yeah.
and still had, you know, interest and passion for skating. So I was just like, well, yeah, that fucking makes sense. So yeah, I think you know, purchased Blood Orange and Caliber and fully took over all three of the brands in 2019.
Hmm.
Um, and then, yeah, it's been a wild ride since. I mean, I kind of said this already at the beginning of the phone call, but you know, that first year or whatever was pretty slow and steady. That time from, you know, from like 2013 to 2019 was like
Hmm.
slower than it had been in 2011, 2012, 2013, but it was like sustainable. Like I
Yeah.
could make a living, like a, you know, a decent living doing it.
Yeah.
Then COVID happened and I was like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Did you
You
want
hit
to
the
say something?
lottery. No, no, no. I was just saying, like, yeah, with
Yeah.
COVID, yeah, blew up.
I was like, and then doing that, I mean, again, I don't want to sound too depressing, but running the brands through COVID was like, it was like a dream, bro. It was like how
Yeah.
I felt, how I like, I got to run the companies the way that I felt like they should be run at their like
Yeah.
max potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had like Tom full time. Tom had a full time
Assistant.
assistant who was making fucking more content. Like
Yeah.
we were releasing products, we were adding people to the team, we were fucking traveling all the time. Like
Yeah.
I was like, this is how a downhill skateboard company should be run. Like, and
Yeah.
we were giving out so much product, sponsoring any event, like
Yeah.
paying all the riders, or yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
in some form or another. But like everyone was it was on a good path where everyone was like gonna get well taken.
Wholesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So and then fucking everything went back to normal. And fucking it just
Reality
literally, dude,
hit.
I think I could look back at the numbers. It would take me too much time to do right now. But
Yeah.
I think 1 month to the next,
Yeah.
sales fell over 70%, up near 80%.
Yeah.
And then fucking remained there.
Flatlined. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, like, and just stayed.
Yeah.
And if anything, have like come down in periods from that low point, even lower.
We
So
need, yeah, we need another pandemic, bro. It's fucked. Uh, but
uh yeah, I
yeah.
know. So
Hey,
anyways,
well, yeah.
yeah.
Thanks for that that background. I
Yeah.
have a question.
Yeah.
So the media philosophy of Prism, I really like it. Like Pilgrims is one of my favorite videos ever.
Oh, cool.
I know it got a lot of shit, but inside the into the mind was actually pretty cool.
It's a cool video. Yeah, it did get a lot of shit.
Yeah, I love Nomads as well. And just looking
Yeah.
back, I think like this is probably is such a good run of quality videos.
Yeah.
Was this something you guys always wanted to do as a company? And I don't know, I don't even know what question to ask, but if you could talk about it and also talk about like the relationship you guys have with the guy behind the videos. I think his name
Jack
was Jack. Yeah, 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 Jack. Yeah,
Austin. Yeah. Actually,
yeah,
it's super funny. I was
yeah,
just talking on the phone with Jack right
yeah.
before filming this.
Nice.
Um,
Synergy,
but
bro. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll talk about it a little bit. You know, I guess first and foremost, like I want to say that a lot of the media stuff was carryover from, I mean, Caliber philosophy, right? And I can't really take credit for all that because I wasn't always
Yeah.
running the brands. But I mean, from early on of me being a rider and working with Caliber, it was just like we both the owner of Caliber at the time and myself like agreed that media production and output
Hmm.
was like going to be our focus. Like we just want to make like fucking cool videos, and that's what's going to get people hyped on the brands and like hyped on the shit. And Jack was just a lucky part. I mean, we were lucky to have Jack be a part of that equation. Like
Yeah.
we found him randomly through like friends of friends, and he did a couple like early on Blood Orange videos for us way back in the day. He was doing
Yeah.
Blood Orange videos. I think he's even done some of Byron. But
Yeah.
anyways, so that was kind of already like already there with Caliber. He was doing shit with Caliber, doing shit with Blood Orange. But then with Prism, we were like, we're gonna kind of try and take it up a level instead of like, the sort of 3 to 4 or 5 minute kind of shorter
Videos.
or surface level Caliber and Blood Orange videos that we were doing. Like
Yeah.
Prism, we wanted to make like real big pieces. And Jack, I owe Jack a lot of credit on that, right? Like Jack did
Yeah.
that video. I don't know if you're familiar, called Grade, that was like a
Yeah. I
full length.
love Great, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great movie. And so I think that kind of also we had just come off of doing Grade,
Yeah.
um, for Caliber, and Arbor, I think, was involved at the time. And so we were just like, hey, let's keep this energy going. And yeah, I guess long story short, I can't really take credit for that. I've just kind of kept trying to do what everyone else before me has done. I just kept keep the program going. Like once
Yeah.
Jack left, because there was at a point Jack left, and Tom and I looked at each other and realized like, hey, we're just going to try and like keep this going as best we can. Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
Jack and Tom are different. They're not going to make the exact same videos, but
Yeah.
like, and it's not like Tom was trying to copy Jack's style, but we just
Yeah.
knew, hey, let's make a point of continuing to release like high quality media. So I feel like Tom, filled
Yeah.
Jack's shoes really well. Um,
Shout out
but
Tom.
yeah, shout out Tom. But yeah, like right, you can almost see it flip if you go up. Like
Yeah.
there's a hard line. Well, I guess that's not true because Jack's been kind of in and out. But
Yeah.
around here is where Jack kind of left and Tom came
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. Um, yeah, but thank you, Jack, for making some of my favorite downhill skate videos.
Yeah. And then we got him back to do Liam's World. Like, and
Yeah.
Jack is not a downhill skateboarder, but this dude has like
Yeah.
more passion for downhill videography and more
Yeah.
knowledge of downhill videography history
Yeah.
than most downhill skaters do. He hit me up, like
Yeah.
called me out of the blue and was like, bro, I have this idea. I want to do Liam's World. I think we could make it fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
he hadn't shot something for us for a couple years, and he just was like, I got this idea. I
Yeah.
really want to do it.
Yeah.
So
Dude, I
yeah,
love that.
Jack's a goat.
I love that. Yeah, and he has such a unique way of I don't know, like capturing things. Like you can instantly tell it's his style.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is
And
cool.
I think fucking a lot of that is Jack
Yeah.
is a huge movie dork. Like that
Yeah.
dude watches so I mean, he went to film school. He loves
Yeah.
movies. This fool is watching fucking movies and
Yeah.
is critical about them and opinionated about movies and film, cinema, whatever, videography, more than anyone I know.
Right. But now let's move on to talk a little bit about Blood Orange. What are your plans for Blood Orange this year?
Yeah, I think
What
I'm
do you got?
feeling good on the
Yeah.
Blood Orange front. Like, I feel like we got what we need and what I'm interested in doing, right? Like, have you skated the drifts?
Yeah, I have skated the drifts. They're fucking sick. Yeah.
They're sick, right?
Yeah.
Like the drifts, you don't need there's like I can't make a better wheel, a better like strictly free ride wheel. Like I
Yeah.
cannot make a better wheel than that. And to me, I mean, again, heavily biased, but like they are the like most premier premium free ride wheel that you can buy. They're proprietary urethane formula. No
Yeah.
one else has it. Like it's fucking expensive, yes, but it
Yeah.
is so worth it. So like
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm kind
Yeah.
of done on that front. Like I don't need to make another wheel. And
Yeah.
at least in the free ride world, the bangers are a nice like budget kind of take on the drifts. It
Yeah.
was like, hey, how close can we get to drifts
Affordable. Yeah.
that aren't expensive? And I'll be the first to admit they're different. They are not drifts, but like they're fucking good. And for $55 or whatever
Yeah.
US here, they're good wheels. And then the trotter, right, is like fast fucking free ride wheel. Like
Yeah.
the only other stuff that I see being made or that I could make would be ridiculous fucking donkey LDP wheels, which like I'm just not gonna make, or or
Yeah.
or or a competitive race wheel, which I also just like,
Don't
dude,
think.
that
Yeah.
the most like depressing seeming product development design process. Like there's a
Yeah,
shit ton, there's a bunch of competition. They're expensive as
yeah,
fuck. They're expensive to
yeah,
design.
yeah,
People will rip you a new one about them. And then
yeah.
you have to fucking send each rider
10,
40 fucking sets to go
40.
race around. You know, like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want no part of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you. But like
Yeah.
in terms of media, I don't know. Like, are we gonna see some crazy stuff from Puerto Rico
Yeah, I mean,
with
we'll
Blood
film
Orange?
there.
Yeah,
Like I gotta, my like hope and dream for the brands with each of my brands is that
yeah,
I can just get some motherfucking money. That's what's hard about getting money is then
yeah.
given what we just talked about a second ago, like media is so important to me. It's going to be hard for me not to be like, yo, let's go like
Just go
film
skate. Just
something
go
sick.
film.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go travel somewhere sick. Go film something sick. Like
yeah.
fuck those low angle, narrow calibers. Those can wait. I want to go
I was
film
gonna
some
get
sick.
some content. Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, I guess you know, if
yeah,
we get our money up, then yeah, filming sick shit is like priority number one. Just like bringing back, I've had people reach out to me. Blood Orange had like really cool series back in the day. We had Raw Run series. We had these 1 day series, I think they were called, where it was like 1 day with a rider
yeah.
or something. Like bringing shit back like that would be fucking rad. But to be honest, as of now, that ain't that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Um, but again, on the topic of products, what kind of goes into distributing a product? Like, what's the process now? Like, let's say you have an idea. Let's say you want to make the Trotter Pro wheels. How many prototypes do you have to go through? Where do you get it manufactured, and then like how do
Yeah.
you get it distributed, and what cut does you as the company get, the how much do you pay the manufacturers, and how much does the rider get in the end, like
Yeah. I
in
mean,
total?
come right out and say I'm not going to give you like exact numbers, but
That's cool.
I'll give you a
Yeah,
rough idea, and
yeah,
I'll break down the process. Like, I
yeah,
mean, with the Trotta Pro specifically, those took a lot of time. Cole, although
yeah,
he's very casual and generally is not a gear princess, he's a he's a one of the best skaters in the world. He cares about what he rides, So
yeah,
like prototyping that wheel took 2 years,
yeah,
and we went through fucking I don't know 6 or more, 6 to 8 like
yeah,
iterations of that wheel, different molds, different urethane types
yeah,
from 2 different manufacturers. We started at one manufacturer. We're trying to get shit dialed in, and pretty much Cole was just like scrapped it. Was like, nah,
nah.
this isn't right. We're not. It's not like I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna get there. Tweaking it, the urethane or the shapes just isn't, something's not right about it. I want to try somewhere
someone
else.
else.
So
Yeah,
um, yeah, so that took a lot of time. A lot of time, a lot of money paying for paying for samples, shipping samples around the world.
yeah,
Uh, but it's a fun process, and it's fun to just like I've learned through a lot of product prototyping that like
hmm,
I want feedback from people. I want other people to ride the wheels, but I mean, especially with a pro model, like his
yeah,
opinion, if we're going to be true to the pro model shit, is really the only opinion that matters.
yeah.
Like,
That's true. Yeah,
and I think that's core. That's core to skateboarding. Like, if people buy a Coltrata wheel, they should buy that knowing that they're buying exactly what he wants.
yeah,
Uh, for other wheels, we can do other shit, let other people have input. But with the Trotas, really, it was myself, Cole, and then our good friend and my roommate who I live with here, Roger, that spent a lot of time testing them. And I
yeah.
just like having that. It makes it
Close.
easy because there's less cooks in the kitchen, right? It's just three
Yeah.
people
Hmm.
that like all know what the objective and the goal is, what kind of wheel we want, what we're after. And I mean, not myself, but Cole and Roger are incredible skateboarders. Like they're gonna
Yeah.
torture those wheels. And um, yeah, so that was the process. I mean, it was really just the three of us fucking skating these wheels a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then um, let's see. So you lock in the wheel, you get the shape and the urethane right through lots of tweaks and testing with a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Then I think next we dialed in color, because color will kind of affect and change how a wheel feels. Not a ton, but it will. So, I talked with Cole. We pretty quickly decided on pink.
Yeah.
So we got a couple different, hey, let's get our winning wheel in 3 different shades of pink, figure out which one feels and looks the best, find a kind
Mm-hmm.
of happy, middle ground. Once we got that locked, then it was on to graphics. So Cole, as many may not know, and we didn't really highlight this in any of the marketing, although we should have,
Yeah.
is Cole's a fucking gambler. He likes to gamble.
Okay, I see now the suite
Yeah.
card.
I mean, he's not like a degenerate. Like
Yeah.
he's not like in debt to loan sharks or anything. But the dude,
Yeah.
like we'll get together and we'll play some cards or we'll shoot some dice. Like
Yeah.
Cole, or like if we're on a road trip and we're driving through fucking Nevada, we're gonna stop and like
In the
play
casino.
blackjack.
Yeah.
Hit the casinos. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, bro,
So what you're
let's
saying
get.
is Cole's success comes from playing blackjack. That's how he was
Yeah,
able
if
to
you want to
afford
be a
it.
pro downhill skater, you have to be a good fucking gambler.
Get your poker face on. That's pretty sick, man. So
Yeah.
like, are you
So
getting
then
them manufactured in the US, outside the US? I'm asking
I'm
because
not. I don't think I'm gonna give that one up. I was talking to Owen about it, and
yeah,
I was like ready to. I was like kind of ready to tell him, because he was
yeah,
trying to guess, and oh, is it this? Is it that? And I was like, I don't think I'm ready to tell. I also don't.
yeah,
I don't know if Cole's ready to, like, if Cole doesn't give a fuck, then I guess I don't
yeah,
give a fuck. But I honestly haven't like talked to him about it. Like, hey,
yeah,
you want to start telling people where these are from?
yeah,
But I know, not because of Owen. I'm
yeah,
not going to out Owen, but because
yeah,
of other people, that there has been some theories thrown
yes,
around and some people that are convinced
yes.
that they know where these wheels came from and what molds they are. And I will tell you that those
Yeah.
people are wrong, flat out. Wrong both
Uh,
about the mold, they're
yeah,
wrong about where those wheels came from.
yeah.
So I'm not going to
Damn.
tell you, but you can try and put those pieces together. I know
Yeah.
you're a smart guy.
And
Um,
I have no idea. I have no clues, man. I've just had so many experiences in downhill skating where I'm
yeah.
like, I think I know, and then I find out elsewise. So yeah,
Yeah, and I mean, fuck, dude. I make shit, and I'm
yeah,
still wrong about. I have ideas about where people get shit made, and
so,
I end up being
so,
wrong. So I can't fault these
yeah,
handful of very opinionated and very sure of themselves people,
people.
but
Yeah.
they're wrong. Um,
Hey, but
but
hey,
yeah.
if we don't see any tariffs on the wheels, if they don't get any more expensive, we'll at least narrow it down.
Oh,
So
then you'll know. Then you'll know. Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna
Uh,
say something else. Yeah. So then we lock we lock the graphic. So
mhm.
we got Tom made that graphic. I actually fucking, what? I'm gonna have it right here. Hold on. I think this will be kind of cool to see.
Let's see it.
Oh wait, here it was. I gotta cover some shit on the other side. Hold on.
Let me
This
blow.
is literally what it started as. That's me sketching. Like, hey Tom, I guess it's upside down, but
Yeah,
I
dude.
hold it
Yeah,
upside down. So that's me sketching to Tom, like, hey, I think this is kind of how the wheel graphic should look. That's how bad
yeah,
I am
yeah.
with art. And Tom took my shitty chicken scratch and turned it into
And locked
that.
it in. Yeah,
Yeah, and then sent it to the manufacturer, had them send back, the correct. Now we got the correct color, the graphic, and then the next was packaging. So if you can think about it, every time that we're making a change like this is just wheels
back
being
and
sent
forth.
back and forth.
Yeah,
So it takes time, to
yeah,
cost money. Um, yeah, and then got the packaging figured out. Once packaging looked good,
yeah.
they
If you
were ready to
can,
rock.
if you can share, like, what does like an average wheel development cost? Like to the point where you're ready to. produce? Like, you don't have to give
Like
exact
how much
figures.
how much
Yeah.
money do you think did I spend to like bring those to the point where they were ready to be ordered?
I mean, you could share for the trotter specifically, but also
Yeah.
just generally.
Yeah, I mean with the trottas are expensive. I
Yeah.
mean, I'd say yeah, thousands of dollars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
probably no less than two, no more than 5 grand
Yeah. And
to
you.
get to the
Yeah.
point where we're like, okay, the wheel is done. We can order it from the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean, and that's not factoring in
Hmm.
anyone's time, right? Like that's
Yeah.
not factoring in the hours that
You got to put
I
in.
spent doing this or Cole spent doing this. That's just like raw cost of like shipping, samples,
Yeah.
artwork,
Um.
package design.
Yeah. So then, like, you'll be able. You do you guys firmly believe you'll be able to recoup that cost? Would you recoup that cost fairly quickly, or is that gonna be like
No.
a time? It's gonna
Oh,
take time to.
no, that'll I mean, with the
Yeah.
way things are now,
Yeah.
yeah, it'll take time.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I mean, we'd be lucky to do that like quickly on the first run of wheels. I mean, to
Yeah.
give you an idea, that probably I'd have to
Hmm.
check numbers. Probably hasn't happened yet. And how
Yeah.
long have the wheels been out? You can see a little timestamp. I don't know, a few months, right?
Yeah.
A couple months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, yeah. And then you were asking about distribution and stuff. Essentially, I have an easier job than other companies. I ordered these wheels from a manufacturer, paid for them,
Yeah.
had them shipped to our distributor, which is
Hmm.
Full Circle Distribution, aka Madrid.
Yeah.
So those wheels, along with all of our other products, live in Madrid's warehouse. Madrid
Hmm.
then distributes those wheels, right? Hits up other skate shops and other distributors around the world, as well as sells those wheels
Yeah.
direct to consumer online via their website. So, um, yeah, and I mean, again, I said I couldn't tell exact numbers, but
Yeah.
if those wheels are being sold to a distributor,
Yeah.
like there's a really big distributor on the East Coast of the U.S. that distributes to the kind of the East Coast of the U.S. If they sell to those people, or they sell sick boards in Europe, in the Netherlands, is a big distributor.
Hmm.
If those wheels sell to a distributor, um, we make
Little.
that
Yeah. Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
I would say it's almost not worth it, right? But the trade-off is that you assume that those people are ordering in high volume, right? Like
Yeah.
Sickboards has to ship these wheels to fucking Europe, so you hope that they're going to buy a lot of them.
Hundreds. Yeah. Thousands.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. Um, yeah, and then to skate shops like to
Yeah.
Daddy's board shop, Motion board shop, Muir, Insanity. That it's going to be a little bit bigger, right? Like we're going to make a little bit more money on those sales.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then direct to consumer obviously is where we're going to make the most money. But I'm a big believer in the importance of skate shops and therefore distributors who sell to those skate shops. So
Hmm.
I don't, yeah, I like making money, but hey, it's more valuable to me to have Nate Blackburn at Motion Board Shop be like a fan of the brands and
Yeah.
want like push and sell those wheels because he's interacting with
With
skaters
customers.
in his shop every single day. I'm interacting with people online every day,
Hmm.
but he's seeing people face to face. He gets to be kind of an unbiased third party and be like, hey, these wheels are fucking sick and the people that make them are sick. You should buy them. Like that to me is
Yeah.
worth making less on the set of wheels. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I understand.
Um, yeah, and
And
then of
yeah,
course Madrid, takes they're gonna take a cut
their
for
services.
warehousing those wheels,
Yeah.
shipping those wheels, selling those wheels, collecting the money for those wheels from people. So,
Yeah.
that's another loss for me there. But the freedom that I get personally
Hmm.
and the low overhead costs that the brand gets is worth it to me at my stage in life. that might not be forever. Maybe at one point I want to say, hey, I want to do everything
Different.
myself. I want to
Yeah.
distribute everything myself, warehouse everything myself. But right now, I like being able to go fucking skate or go travel or do whatever and not have to wake up and worry about shipping orders or going into a warehouse and making
Taking
sure
things
shit's
out.
going out the door. You know, it is
Yeah.
nice, and I value them for handling that for me.
So out of all that money, how much does Cole get a cut? You don't have to tell me specific amounts, but like
I won't, but I will say that Cole
yeah,
Cole makes a good royalty on them. And I'll give you
yeah,
I guess a vague figure. Cole makes twice
yeah,
what I made on my Blood Orange Morgan Pro Series wheels back when
yeah,
I was collecting royalties from him. And those wheels,
yeah,
I mean, it was back in the day.
yeah,
Those wheels made me a lot of money.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and so Cole makes twice that royalty. That being
yeah,
said, we're not selling anywhere near as many
yeah,
wheels these days as we were back in the Morgan Pro Series days. But
yeah.
yeah, try and like with I think with the pro model boards and the pro model wheels, I would um, I would have no problem saying that we pay the highest royalties to people. Like, from what I've
Nice.
heard from other pro riders with
Yeah,
other pro wheels and other pro decks, we're
yeah.
paying
Can
far
you
and above.
can you share what other pro riders are saying? Like, I mean, it's not your brand, so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah,
just know,
yeah.
you know, I know other pro skaters, and they are like, yeah, I don't get paid. I don't get
They're getting
either.
what?
Don't get paid at
Yeah,
all. That's the one
yeah,
that blows my mind is
yeah,
don't
yeah,
get
yeah,
paid at all
yeah,
or get paid shit.
yeah. No, yeah, not getting paid at all is brutal.
Yeah,
Um, yeah. When I was writing for Lanyards, I was just
yeah.
like, I don't even know if they do like sponsored tiers anymore, but like I don't know, amateur. I mean, I wasn't like a great skater at the time. But I think they started this program where I'd have like a discount code under my name,
Mhm.
and then I'd get like a bit of a commission.
Right.
But other than that, it was really difficult for me to make money off of their products unless I use like YouTube and Amazon and other stuff like that. So it was a bit tricky, and that discount code program sort of and then me getting a commission or a kickback kind of helped me quite a bit. Would your brands, would you ever want to do something like that? Or
We
yeah,
had discount codes through
yeah,
Madrid for our riders, and it was a similar sort of thing. I think it was
yeah,
like, you know, a 15% discount code, and then the
yeah,
rider got 5% back or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
But it was, I mean, really, that was run through Madrid. Like I helped
Set it up.
get
Yeah,
that going, but I was just kind of connecting the riders with Madrid. Like, hey,
yeah,
Madrid, how much can are you willing to cut away from your sale to them?
yeah.
Um, and people, you know, our rider, we have some riders with good reach on social
Social
media, like
media.
high
Yeah,
Instagram followings, but
yeah.
I don't ever remember the numbers being large.
It,
And I
yeah,
also think that what you do
yeah,
with the reviews and YouTube,
yeah,
I think a discount code goes further there than someone just on Instagram being like,
yeah.
"Hey, buy this shit," you know?
Because I didn't make a lot of money. I made like I think $300 off of the I think 2-3 months with Landiat, which isn't a lot, but it's a decent amount.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
like it's so funny because like I posted my discount code once on Longboard Family and I think on Reddit. Maybe I shouldn't talk about this, but it scared like distributors and other like I think skate shops. They were like, "Yo, they can't do that. They shouldn't be allowed to do that." Like, it was so funny. My team manager had to be like, "Yo, yo, yo, actually, just be posting it like your
Yeah,
socials
you
on your
got to be low
website."
key. Yeah, yeah.
It's
Making
so
sure you know
funny,
your top
bro.
shops is important. That's funny.
I thought it was kind of funny. That was like a couple of years ago, but yeah,
Yeah.
man. Um, does it make sense as a brand for you guys to send out products for reviews? Do you see like what value do you see in it as a brand owner?
Yeah, I think I see honestly between like I mean I love my riders and I want to continue to give them free product obviously, but
Yeah,
like in terms of pushing sale, like you need both. You need the reviewers and you need the riders.
Yeah,
Like you need the riders to make the product look cool. No offense to reviewers, but and then you need
yeah,
reviewers to like
yeah,
give critical feedback. Like if
yeah,
I get on Instagram or Cole gets on Instagram and is like, this is why you should buy my wheels. They slide so good and fucking, everyone
yeah,
knows, bro, you made them shits. You're making money off them. Like
yeah,
we don't really trust you. Even if we think you're cool, Cole or
yeah,
Liam, like we don't trust you. But
yeah,
like sending them to reviewers, like you guys are gonna give honest feedback on them. Like, and I try and tell the reviewers, tell you, tell Owen, tell Chemtrail that like, yeah, I want, be honest. Hopefully you don't hop on there and are like, yo, fuck these wheels. But like I
yeah,
want your viewers to trust you. That's an
yeah.
important aspect. Um, so yeah, I think there's importance in that. I was going to say something else. I think where I think my brands are lacking, and I want to try and figure out an organic way
Mm-hmm.
to fix this. And you come in a little bit. People will come in here and there, but Reddit and Longboard Family and those those kind of forums or community pages, we have
Yeah.
really low representation in. Right? If you look at Reddit is 95%
You mean?
Pantheon.
Yeah, I was gonna say Pantheon.
It's like
Jeff has them on lock. Just Jeff has
it's
them
on
in a
lock.
chokehold.
Like
Yeah, yeah,
and it's like this kind of cyclical. It's like this snowball that's
yeah,
rolling, and it's just gotten bigger and bigger. Like people, go on Longboard Reddit, see someone post their new Pantheon, everyone's fucking, oh my god. It's like, bro, we saw 5 of these fucking boards yesterday. Like, why do we need to see another one? But like, it's just this perpetual
yeah,
thing that people just keep posting and posting and posting.
yeah,
Like, and I don't want that. And I'm not trying to knock Jeff. He's
yeah.
way smarter with business and community
He
outreach than I
actually
am,
is. Yeah, he actually does
but
so well. Yeah.
he's a smart dude. But like, I guess more the my gripe is that the people, not gripe, but what I've come to realize is that the people that are riding our products and support our brands and like our shit
Mm-hmm.
aren't exactly the type
Mm-hmm.
of people who are sitting on Longboard Reddit or sitting
Yeah.
on Longboard Family. Like that's maybe I'm just telling myself that to feel better, but I like to think
Yeah.
our customers are outside skating on the
Yeah.
equipment that we make, not posting on Reddit about it, And so, but I want representation on the internet, right? And
Yeah.
so I got to figure out a way where I retain our core image and
Values.
values,
Yeah.
right, while also marketing into these groups a little bit
Mm.
better.
Maybe get some ideas in the comments of how Liam can accomplish this. But I
And I'm
don't know.
not. I think it's
Yeah.
pretty good. Like if someone posts in Longboard Family, like, hey, I'm looking for cast truck
Yeah.
recommendations for downhill skateboarding. Like people are going to comment on there, hey, get caliber threes. Like
Yeah.
I know there is going to be some, or I'm looking for like a easy free ride board. I know that there's going to be a theory mentioned in there,
Yeah.
but like it's not on this level.
Yeah. You're like once you start noticing it's kind of hard to stop. It's kind of
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind yeah.
Maybe
Um
I'm being facetious. Maybe not 90%, but like I think
a
in all the
lot.
shits you've scrolled, it's a lot. It's
Yeah.
majority.
Yeah. It's like it's rare to not find a Pantheon board being posted.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I need to sit down and just analyze Jeff, bro. I think I need to just sort of try to figure him out or get him on the podcast and see what he has to say. I think he probably
Yeah. I
have
mean,
like yeah,
he knows what he's doing. Like and while I don't I don't think Jeff and I's core values
hmm
of skateboarding or downhill skateboarding definitely aren't aligned. Like
yeah,
we don't think similarly about skating and what it means to be a skater, and that we don't really, I don't think, enjoy similar types of skateboarding. He's more of kind of an LDP guy. I'm more of a downhill dude. So there's that obvious difference.
yeah.
But what I do appreciate about Jeff is that like he's committed. Like
He's locked
I think
in.
he's been like that, and he
Yeah,
like he hyper focuses on the flex and contour of a little board, and then likes to talk about it on Reddit and then get everyone fired up. And he'll email back someone a fucking essay about why they should buy this board. And like, he's not bullshitting. He believes that. And like,
Yeah.
I respect that. Hey, bro, if you're that convicted, like, good for you. Like, and I think that authenticity that he has, it
Reflects.
shows, and
Yeah.
that's why people fuck with it. And he's created a basically a genre. I mean, I know LDP existed before Jeff, and there's other brands and other players in the scene, but like,
Yeah.
he's taken people I think that otherwise would not be getting on skateboards, and he's
He
getting them
has.
on skateboards.
Yeah, he
So like,
has. Yeah.
I'll give him credit for that. I think it's fucking dorky. Like, I would much
Yeah.
rather see those people like bombing down hills on,
Yeah.
core boards, but like, yeah,
Yeah. He's done really well for himself.
yeah.
What
And
a
I think
yeah.
the last thing I'll say about Jeff just uh, is that um, he is not falling into any of the issues that, because he's carved out his own thing,
Yeah.
he's not experiencing any of the issues that any other brands are.
Yeah, he's doing well, bro. Every time I see him post like 10 decks and about him assembling, I'm just like, okay, what world this guy living in, man?
Yeah, he's living like anything that I've said about downhill and trends and money and shit.
Yeah.
Jeff is not living by. Like, I mean, the fact that the dude, from everything I can see on social media, like,
Yeah.
he lives in a home and has a nice car. Like,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is more than I think most
Those
people can
skate.
say that work
Yeah.
in downhill skateboarding.
Yeah. And he's supporting riders also. So
Yeah,
he's
I
feeding it.
honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to say that he's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not really friends with people that ride for him, not
Yeah.
by choice. It just, we're not in the same
Yeah.
communities, but yeah, if he is, that's fucking cool.
Yeah. At least I just know for a fact that Chase would not be on Pantheon and Lisa Peters would not be on Pantheon if they were not well supported. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good, that's a
But
good take. That's a good take.
speaking about brands, like what are some other brands you admire, or what are some other
Oh, I mean,
things?
land yachts is
Yeah.
like, it's always going to be land yachts. Like,
Yeah.
more so, I mean, I got a lot of respect for what Jeff does, but like,
Yeah.
it won't ever be land yachts. Like, land yachts to me, and I know that people have like individual experiences with land yachts, people that
Yeah.
have worked for them that like don't like them, don't like things that they've done, but like,
Yeah.
in terms of a brand and a business, like, you can't beat land yachts. The dudes that own and started that company are fucking core downhill skateboarders. Like,
Yeah.
they were pivotal in
Back
downhill
in the day.
becoming as big as it was in Canada. They were some of them that some of the first Canadian races. Like,
Yeah.
these dudes are OG. They're fucking downhillers, and they've never strayed
From
from
that.
downhill. They've
Yeah.
always they've made a bunch of other shit, right? They make fucking bikes, snow skates, fucking stupid surf skates, car, you know what I mean? Like, they make a bunch of other shit, but like, they have always stayed true to downhill, and I fuck with that. And they've made bank.
Yeah, they
Like,
have. Yeah.
those dudes are making bank.
Yeah.
Maybe not
No.
like now compared to what they were a couple years ago or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
those dudes are huge. Like, and to me, they won the game. They stayed core to themselves. They're downhill skaters. They made sick downhill boards. They let that grow
Yeah.
into something bigger. They added more products while retaining downhill. They've always kept, I know it's come and gone, like, riders have come and gone, but they've always had a downhill team. They've always supported racers. They've sponsored events.
Yeah.
They've created media. Like, they've stayed consistent on that. And I think that's
Well,
fucking badass.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I only got into the scene around like 2015, 2016, so I never truly understood how pivotal Landiats was to like everything. So
Yeah.
thank you for
Very
the
cool.
insight.
And like,
Yeah.
they're, you go into a fucking Zoomies, you know what a Zoomies is, right? You go into a
Yeah.
Zoomies here, and like, there'll be land yachts stacked up with like globe boards and, I don't know, a bunch of other random cruiser boards, right? Like, but none of those other brands have the core history that land yachts is hanging with the biggest least core brands
Yeah.
while remaining
Meaning
fucking core.
having those values. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and that's fucking cool. In terms of other brands, I mean, really the only other one that stands out to me, Land Yachts, and I just fucking love Zenit.
Yeah.
I love Zen. I just think I honestly don't really even know that much about the dudes. We've like
Yeah.
talked on the phone maybe once, emailed a couple times. They buy trucks from us, which automatically I like. But like their
Yeah.
boards, even if they didn't buy any of our trucks, like their boards are just
Top quality, top tier.
they're cool, dude. Yeah, they're good
Yeah.
quality. Like they're fucking good looking. The custom shit that they do is cool.
Yeah.
Like I think they're small, so probably the amount that they support riders isn't huge, but from what I can tell, they do
Yeah.
what they can, to support people. Like I fuck with that.
Let me see. I'm just writing down that I should talk to the Zenit guys.
Yeah, try and get them on the line.
Get them on the line, see what's up. Um
Yeah.
but what are some behind the scenes things you'd love people to know about? Just anything random.
I mean, I feel like we've covered it all pretty good. I've said kind
Yeah.
of bits and pieces here and there, but it's me. Like it's just me. So when I don't know, you're pissed off about something, or you have an idea, you want to talk to me, like
Yeah.
hit me up, and like try and keep in mind that it's just me. It's
One
not
guy.
some like you're not talking to some like big corporation. We don't have
Yeah.
employees. Like it's just gonna be me. So,
Yeah.
and then I think the other one that I've touched on probably more than I should have tonight is just like I know I'm a big believer in it, but I just wish more people cared about who they bought shit
Stuff
from.
from. Yeah.
Like it doesn't take it doesn't take some sort of insider knowledge or deep amounts of research to like figure it out. Like if it's not obvious to you that the owner of a company skates, then you probably shouldn't be buying product from them. Like
Yeah.
that's just my take. And if the company that you're buying product from is like some gigantic corporation that doesn't have really anything to do with downhill, then
Yeah.
probably shouldn't buy product from them. Like I don't know. That's my take. Like I said, people I know are really they like what they like, and if you like this truck or
Yeah.
this type of free ride wheels and you don't give a fuck who makes it, like okay, but
Yeah.
there's so many options. The market is so saturated now. You can buy full
Yeah.
components to a board, trucks, wheels, and a deck from people that ride skateboards.
So to close off the interview, I have a couple more questions. So this is a bit more personal. Yeah, what was your first downhill board? Do you remember?
Um, yeah, I do. It
Yeah.
was a rain demon seed
Yeah.
uh, with Bear Precision Smokies.
How did you get Precision Smokies as your first board, bro?
Um, I have a family
Yeah.
friend who
Yeah.
was sponsored by Land Yachts way back in the day. We're talking he rode for Land Yachts in like 2006, 2007, 2008.
An OG.
And
Yeah.
he's just friends with his parents are friends with my parents. He lives in Canada. He came to stay at my house when I was a kid,
Yeah.
and he was like brought all this downhill shit and was telling me about it. And I was already kind of like interested in skating,
Yeah.
um, and I was like, wow, yeah. But see, these aren't even like the Smokies that they're like fucking old, bro.
Dude, I can't
I
even I don't even know what to
don't
search.
even know what to type. Yeah, they're so old. Yeah, it's none of these. Look at you, bro. You're all up in the top shit.
Yeah, dude. SEO, bro.
Type in type in bear pumpkin bushings because I think these were the type. No, these I don't even think these bushings were. I think these are. Yeah, these bushings are newer than the trucks that I had. Okay, never mind.
I think I
Anyways,
yeah.
yeah, so I had a family friend that was into downhill skating, sponsored by Land Yachts. He came and stayed with me, and just like very kind of him, like could see that I was interested in it as like a little kid, and left me my fucking downhill board. Okay, these were the first. Those top left are like some of the first bears that I purchased,
Yeah.
but these weren't the first ones that I had. Fuck, I'm trying to think how I could find it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we need I okay. I had a project in mind that I'll let you know about. I wanted to make uh, I don't think I should talk about it, but I had a project in mind that would like consolidate all this sort of information so that it wasn't lost. Um
I like it.
but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so what like what so you're just kind of interested in skating? Was that like any videos you saw or anything that
Well,
kind
that's
of like
what's sort of weird is that
yeah,
like, yeah, I was just like, I think I was just like going to the skate park with my friends, and then this guy came and left me this downhill board, and it had all these
yeah,
stickers on it. It had, you know, like Sector 9, ABEC 11, Land Yachts, Rain, and just literally just with the stickers on Coast Longboarding, with the stickers on the bottom of the board, I just
yeah,
started typing shit into Google. And not to sound like a fucking boomer, but this was sort of back before, I mean, there was no Instagram, no Facebook. I had YouTube, but it was pretty primitive. And so I would just like type these brand names into Google and just like literally look
yeah.
at whatever came up, and I was just like captivated. I mean, the most memorable like first video that I watched of downhill skateboarding was for sure. Um,
Second nature.
If you go to YouTube and you type in bombing Claremont, let's see if it comes up. CL, yeah, exactly like that. Yeah, like that top one. So
Patrick Rizzo. Damn, yeah,
no,
with the
no
suits and
Sakamoto.
everything.
So this like predates Second Nature, and
Yeah,
this was shot in the town that I grew up in. So I was
yeah,
like, went onto YouTube and was like showing it to my dad or whatever, and he was like, "Oh, this road is like 10 minutes away from our house."
yeah.
And he was like, "I'll take you there. You want to try? You want to try and bomb down this hill? Like, I'll take you there." You've met my
Dude,
dad,
I met your dad. Yeah, I met your dad. That which was trippy. Dude,
which
your
is a
dad.
funny. That's a funny side story. My dad was in
Hey,
Africa and
yeah,
visited Abuga
yeah.
randomly.
It
I
was
haven't even met Abuga in person, and my dad has met Abuga.
yeah, Sick Liam's dad is a great guy, actually. Yeah. So,
uh, but anyways, yeah. So this was like one of the early videos that I saw, and was like, yeah, I need to.
dude, your
I
dad
need
was
to
like, we're just gonna throw you into the deep end.
yeah, he was down. My dad's like always been like that. He's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
So would you?
Um,
Yeah, go on.
yeah, just and actually now that I'm thinking about it and looking at the
Yeah.
time, there's earlier videos than this that I was watching.
Say again.
I was just saying there's earlier videos
Yeah.
of them skating this road that I was watching. I don't know if you can go back. I mean, it
Let's
doesn't
see.
really matter, but this is around the era. Uh,
There's 17.
keep scrolling. These are all new. Oh, that's the this Abusa Sonora one is one
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Here we go.
Yeah, that's one that I was watching. It says it's 9 years ago,
It's old.
but you can tell that's fucking old. Look how old that is.
It's in 240p, bro. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was.
that's like way older than 9 years. That clip, I remember being like, "Oh fuck, yeah, this shit, dude." I don't think he has a helmet on. He's rocking like a Sector 9, like pintail with like probably old Randall DHs or Randall 2s.
Just sending it.
I remember, so I would go out and skate these hills with my dad or whatever by myself, and I ended up running into these dudes like over time. I just spent enough time skating these hills that I
Yeah.
eventually ran into them, and then it was kind of like, then it was fucking on. They were like, "All right,
Yeah.
this is what you want to do. There's these races, like you can travel and do this, and like, you know, just teaching me shit. These guys and a number of other downhill skaters in the area, there's only a
Yeah.
handful of them, kind of took me under their wing. And bro, I remember like these guys pulling up to skate, who I'm still friends with these dudes. Sorry, my dog's being a dick. Their
All good.
trucks would be like flopping,
Loose.
like literally flopping around like this.
Yeah.
They would be hand tightening their wheel nuts onto their boards, like, and I think that's what set my, like, where I'm just like, dude, I don't really give that much of a fuck about,
Like
you know,
gear, whatever. Yeah.
gear. Like you can charge like on
Yeah.
whatever. He's not wearing a helmet. Look at him, bro.
He's just blasting. Yeah.
He's just fucking blasting. But anyways,
Yeah. That's sick. Yeah, that's cool, man. I kind of wish
yeah,
I had that kind of community. And like I'm sure just seeing all that stuff must have fried your brain, bro. Like how
yeah,
old were you at the time?
like
Like
like 12, 13.
yeah, I'd get one shotted by that.
Yeah.
Another thing, what do you like most about downhill? Like what hooked you, and then like what keeps you hooked to this day?
I mean, I'd say to this day, like people, like the
Yeah,
thrill. I don't get, you know, like going and skating these hills isn't. I mean, like when I have a scary moment or like, you know, almost getting hit by a car or fucking eating shit really bad, I'm like, whoa,
yeah,
that was gnarly. But like day to day, it doesn't, you know, it's not like this highly thrilling activity. But yeah, I think what keeps me in it now is just the people, dude. I love the people that I skateboard down hills with,
yeah,
and I'm excited to go to Puerto Rico and meet new skaters and just like, yo, you know, what's your name? Oh, cool. What are
yeah.
you riding? Like, sick. How long you been skating for? Like, I just enjoy that because
Community. Yeah,
that's what I've done my whole life, and it's cool to meet people that are interested in the same shit. And like, if I can stoke them out by talking to them or helping them out with something, you know, my opinion. Yeah. So this is the same hill
yeah.
that video that we were just watching is on, but it's me when I was like fucking 15 years old, 15 years old. But anyways,
Yeah,
yeah. So I guess the people now, and I mean, what got me hooked into it was definitely like, this was badass, dude. I was a little
yeah.
fucking kid, like hauling ass. Look at that Mongo foot brake. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Dude, man,
yeah,
must have been having so much fun.
yeah. And then just like, I mean, the
Yeah,
life that it then became for me. Like, dude, I got to travel around the world,
yeah,
you know, meet new people, skate badass hills, like, and you don't have to be
yeah.
sponsored or whatever to do that, right? If you work a job and you want to save your money, like
Good.
you can go to Puerto Rico and go to this event. You can go to fucking Maryhill. You can go to Canada. You can race in Europe. You don't have to be like some professional level person. And I think that's what's also been cool about it is that just like
Yeah,
anyone can kind of just do it.
yeah. That's true. But speaking of speaking of like traveling and all that stuff, would you say like you and I met your dad as well. Your dad's pretty cool. But
Yeah,
would you
he's cool.
say like your family really supported your skating?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Do you
Yeah, I
think
mean,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I mean, dude, there was like other buddies of mine back
yeah.
this time that were interested in it, and their parents straight up were like, no fucking way. Like, no, you're not going to
Yeah.
go do that. So
Yeah.
my parents, I mean, just day one supporters. But
Yeah.
then I think even like the kind of all the social pressure that comes with raising children, right? Like when I was 18 and was getting ready to graduate high school, like I was making enough money to support myself. I
Yeah.
wasn't asking them for any money. I was like, I just want to go and skate. And I'm not going to ask you guys for a dollar, but they didn't put any pressure on me. Like, oh no, you have to like go to university and like get a real job. They
Yeah.
supported it. They were like, cool, you can support yourself and you can go and do this. Like,
We'll do it,
fucking
bro.
go chase your dreams. Like,
Yeah.
how about it? So I couldn't have done if they were parents that were like, you need to go to fucking, you know, UCLA and get a fucking engineering degree and then go work at some big corporation. Like this shit never would have happened, you know?
Yeah. Go work for Raytheon.
Yeah, yeah. Like fuck that. I mean, I'd probably be in a better spot now if I went and did that, but that's okay.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Uh,
Yeah.
but now we got some rapid fire questions. What's your favorite road? Favorite road?
Oh, that's a fucking hard one. The literally the first thing that popped in my head was a road here in Laguna. No, I'm
Yeah,
not going to say the name of, but just like one of the gnarliest hills here in Laguna. It's like super fucking steep. The corners are crazy. It's high traffic. So it's still exciting to skate to this day. And then
yeah,
the other road that popped in my head was Giant's Head, just because I've had like, I mean, mobbing that road with like 10
facts.
deep of your tightest homies, like
Yeah,
sideways as fuck, like
yeah,
inches from your boy is just like cool.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
fun.
it's a good vibe.
What's your favorite skate video or skate videos?
Oh, I got a couple. I mean, the first one's not even downhill. If you type in John Cardiel, his
John
Sodi video, Diel.
Diel. This one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and then I saw another one pop up, Sight Unseen. I mean, this
Yeah,
dude is like, he was just like the most legendary transitions. I mean, he's just like the most legendary skater. His power and
yeah,
like, yeah, he just like doesn't give a fuck, dude.
yeah. He sends it.
He sends it. Um, yeah, some of his transition shit. I think there's an anti-hero video that he's in called Tent City. It was like on DVD. I watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just like him. And then downhill wise, I mean, downhill it's going to be fucking Second Nature, which is
That's
like the
yeah.
the sequel to the videos that we just watched,
The Claremont videos.
the
Yeah.
Claremont videos. But Second Nature is them out in the mountains, and it's
Yeah.
a second line video. Yeah, this.
I just wish there was more like I just wish downhill history was a bit more documented and like
Yeah,
there was more like information about like I don't know, like I feel we're not connected as a
yeah.
community to like the past.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, people like most skaters that I talk to now,
Mhm.
like when I, you know, when I was like 18 in downhill skating, everybody knew what this video was.
Yeah.
Like I talk to skaters now. I was talking to a young kid that's from where I grew up,
Yeah.
where these guys were from, and I was like, oh yeah, like Noah Sakamoto and Patrick Rizzo. They were like,
Who's
I have
that?
no idea, don't know what you're talking about. I was like, fuck, and I'm not like hating on the kid. I don't blame
Y-
them, but like, yeah,
yeah.
and I think it's because you're right. There's not like this good,
All right.
linear, well documented history that you can go and look up or yeah.
All right, I want to need from you top five must watch videos for I don't know because you come from this kind of era, so like what you'd recommend people to watch.
Yeah, so this um
Second Nature.
and then there's another legendary downhill dude that's a little bit after these guys' time, like it really would have been around the same time,
Yeah.
who rode for Land Yachts. His name's Mike McGoldrick. Goldrick, yep. Longboard, yeah. This is like a later video, the top
Yeah.
one is, but yeah, check out, yeah, I mean, any of these, I mean, his switch to me, like,
Yeah.
he pioneered like switch free riding. Like I was watching, this dude was doing fucking switch toe sides years before
Everybody
anyone else.
else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's two. Give us
Um.
maybe two more, one more.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm trying to dig deep, dude. Um. I think it's like a couple videos, but there was like a funny moment, and I don't want to sound cocky by calling it like history, but there was
Yeah.
this funny like year-long period where myself and a land yachts rider were battling for longest stand-up slide, and the other rider's name is Wolfgang Coleman,
Yeah.
who made the famous wolf shark
Yeah.
board.
I
Yes.
remember seeing.
So he has like this 160, and then I think I did like 100 foot, and then he did like 160, and then I did like 180 or something like that. But you can see there's like all these videos. Mine was called like, yeah, I don't know, type that shit in and see what comes up.
Yeah, is this no?
And then there was another kid in Oregon. But yeah, if you
Yeah,
go down the third one, oh, so there's an 85-foot one if you go up
yeah,
right there. That's me.
insane. Yeah,
So there's just kind of this era where everyone was just like,
yeah,
and I mean it's stupid, right? It's like now who would really go and do that, just like blast like one big slide. But like at the time it was like, yo,
yeah.
this is fucking serious. Like I want to beat this fucking dude. Like and we're like homies, and like, you know, look at that fucking bail.
Yeah, you guys are sending it. You're really
Yeah.
sending it. Yeah. And you know what? This took real skill because like I don't want to say I could do this, but like the gear has gotten so good that this is within the realm of possibilities for most people. But this was some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
think yeah, back then people weren't doing it, but
yeah,
I think a lot of the shit, like me and this kid, like
yeah,
we were just it's not like we were like freakishly talented. I think we were just kind of in the right time at the right place, ready to like we were just
yeah.
down to fucking send it. And now people are a lot of people are down to just fucking send it. Like I
I
think we
think
just kind of
nah,
lucky.
dude. I just seen the gear transition from 2015, 2016 to now. Like it's you could be a beginner and you could step on a board right now that's gonna be yeah, you could like stay on the same board and have the same like performance as like what a pro has at a
Right.
local like caliber threes
Right, right.
like you guys want precisions here, right?
Were
Or
we?
I mean, were you?
No, we weren't.
I don't know, bro. But you guys are just built different.
No, I would have been on like in at this time. I think I would have been on like Gen 1 calibers, maybe even like before
Yeah.
caliber.
Yeah, you see, you didn't even have plug barrel bushings, bro. So I'm saying it's
No,
all talent, man.
no, yeah.
That's all talent.
And then I'd
Yeah.
say the last one, or I don't know if I'm at my last one, but I don't even know how to fucking find it. But there were these two dudes. Type in Bruno and Toti.
Ah, yeah. Bruno and uh,
Yeah, longboarding. But was it a Bustin video? I thought it was loaded. I don't know.
where were they? Or what were they doing?
And it would have been old. Keep scroll down a little bit. I don't know. They filmed some really creative shit in like Tenerife, like in oh fuck, they have a lot more videos than I remember. I don't know. Maybe this was it. Maybe we'll have to come back to this one, but there was a particular video where they were like on a fucking island, so maybe it's an island time one. I don't know. It's just a cool mix of like
Yeah.
street skating and fucking downhill free ride that I thought was like really creative. So I'm pretty sure it was a Para Pro video. I remember that guy making sick
Shout out,
videos.
shout out, Pero Pro.
Yeah.
Things are lost in time.
Yeah, look how much shit he has. Damn, he was making shit a long time ago.
Crazy.
Yeah, probably not this old. I would guess like I don't know.
Well, one
And
of
then
the
and then the
yeah.
last one I got to shout out. I mean, I'm in it, so I feel bad saying this, but or I'm in them, but like you have to go and watch like LBDR videos, like proper old LBDR YouTube videos.
Where
And
can
like not
we?
all of them even have
Yeah,
if you just type in
LBDR.
like Laguna Beach Danger Riders, maybe. Because LBDR is not like my uh yeah, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah, that one there. Everin one. I was not oh, this is all like this isn't even
Okay.
skating shit. But
Let's go. We can get.
yeah, some of these are just old. We were just fucking around like filming each other in Laguna just for fun. Like
Yeah.
and it was cool. I remember this was like this switch slide took a long time and was like a big deal when I did it. For me, like I was like, that's
Yeah,
fucking
that's sick.
that was
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, and you're still living in the same place right now.
So this, yeah, and this. Well, but see, that's the thing. I didn't when I was filming these videos. I didn't live here. I
Yeah.
lived up in Northern California, and I was coming down to like hang out and visit with my friends here. I only started living here like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Right.
But yeah,
Well,
there's just good if you go through like if you have time, whoever lurk through that channel, there's some like gems and not just videos of me, but of
yeah.
other badass
Right.
OGs in Laguna.
Nice. And then where's your favorite place to visit ever?
Non-skating, Cape Town,
Yeah.
skating in South Africa, skating like I mean, just craziest place I've ever been to skate was Reunion Island off the east coast of Madagascar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just
That's sick.
mental fucking. We skated a road with like 300 hairpins that took us like 2 hours to skate through.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it was mental. But I'm fucking dude. It's past my bedtime. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much.
But I'm,
Wait.
if you know in a couple months you got unanswered questions, there's more shit you want to talk about. I'm down to do this again.
All right. Two
This was
more.
fun.
Two more questions. What's your
Yeah, hit
favorite
me.
beer? What's your favorite beer?
Beer?
Yeah.
I don't drink anymore.
Oh yeah. Okay. What's your favorite
But I'll tell you. I'll still
fruit?
tell you my favorite beer. It's gonna be a fucking Coors Light.
All right. Coors Light, beer of choice. And what's your favorite food?
Oh, I can't even fucking answer that. I don't know. I like everything. Like fucking, Mexican food, burritos is bomb. I want some good sushi. I want some good fucking Hawaiian poke. I mean, a good like a proper like Italian pasta is
Yeah.
bomb. Like whatever.
All right. So undecided. All right,
Undecided.
man. So yeah, thank you so much. Shout out everyone in the chat. We got 27 concurrent viewers. I don't know if it's because of the time, but people love this shit. So shout out everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Liam. And yeah, man. Cheers.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having me. We'll chat
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, man. Take care.
I'm psyched to see that fucking Trada Pro interview or review.
Me too, man.
All right,
I'm-
dude. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate everything you do, fucking doing
yeah.
shit like this, and getting people hyped and
Yeah.
engaged and downhill.
Yeah, man. Much love, man. All
All right,
right.
brother.
Gonna let you go.
All
See
right,
ya.
I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
See ya. All right, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. That was actually a lot of fun. I learned way more than I thought I would. I was very hesitant about like having like a skateboard manufacturer on here, but I learned so much. So I think I want to try get more people on here. There are a lot of people out there. I want to try get someone from Europe. So we'll see what to do. And yeah, man. Cheers, guys. And I'll catch you in the next one. Also, how do you feel about the quality of my microphone? Has it improved? I recently learned about compressors on whatever this thing is called, OBS. So hopefully my voice sounds a lot sexier. So yeah, man. Thanks. Catch you guys in the next one next week, hopefully around the same time. See ya. Also, if you can, if you have the spare cash, not donate, support the stream if you can. If you can't, just watch and like and comment. So, cheers.